Success of the Basics of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu instructional series, along with a free bonus tape, How to Handle Stand-Up Aggression, inspired hundreds of students to write me requesting this series on street self-defense. In these tapes, I'll show you how to handle real-life threatening attacks using our proven Jiu-Jitsu techniques and prepare you for the violent streets of the 90s. In this tape, I'll show you how to defend yourself from chokes, shoulder grabs, bear hugs, and club attacks. My brother voice, once again, is going to help you demonstrate the techniques that we're about to see. Let's assume that an attacker is always bigger and stronger than you. And this time, he's got you in the neck, in a front choke like this. The first thing you want to do is protect your neck to give you more resistance and so he can't squeeze your neck too much. First thing, number one. Then, you bring your head under the arm. One more time, boys. There's no way that two thumbs could prevent the whole body from bending forward. We can do with the step or we can do without the step. You could simply do something like this. Or if you want to increase the distance and increase your leverage, you want to step back and your head will fall below at the same time. The idea is to tighten up your neck muscles and then come under, so that you ensure the fact that he can't hurt your neck while you're bending forward. That's it. Once again, left side, left side. Yeah. So the person's got your neck. That's the move. So let's review the same choke from another angle. Which is when the person grabs your neck like this, tighten up your neck, put your chin down, and take a step back under the arm. Protect the neck, and go under the arm. If you want, one more time please. You don't even have to step back. You can just go under to either side. The idea is that your body develops so much leverage when the person puts the hand here by tightening the neck that he can't stop that move. Or you can step back. Another variation for the same kind of attack is if the attacker, when he grabs your neck like this, you want to hold his arm, take a step forward and drive your hand through so that you can then get ready to flip him from here by doing this move. I want you to observe that once you hold the arm and take a step, the idea is to control his upper body so that when you bring your knee, you want to lower your hip so that the hip will travel easily in front of him. Be relaxed so that your movement can come in this way. What flips him is not the hand forcing his head down, but instead, my head goes down as I straighten my legs. That's what does it. 1, 2, 3. As I put my head down, he goes up. Hold the elbow, take a step, and the purpose of this back hand is to free the squeeze on the neck, so when your shoulder comes through, it relieves the pressure of the neck. That's what you're looking for. From here, you adjust your base, and as I put my head down, you put me on the ground. You hold the elbow with one hand to make sure he doesn't change his mind. This hand will come through, straight up, and hug the person close to you. That's the idea. So you can have a good controlled grip on his upper body. Adjust your legs, lower your knees, and as you put your head down, straight your leg to lift him up this way. Once again. 1, 2, 3. Head down. One, 2, 3. Another variation for a choke is when your aggressor squeezes your neck with one hand, like this. Okay? What you want to do here is hit with the palm of your hand, you hit the wrist in order to deflect the move and then come back with an elbow strike. Protect your neck, turn this way and hit with the elbow. You change sides, the same move. I want to hit this way and turn here. Be careful that you don't do this and punch the wall. Keep your hand open so that you can come back with an elbow hit immediately. Again, let's protect your neck, turn and hit. Other side, I want to turn this way and then come back with it. Once again, squeeze the neck. Okay, that's what you want. If he's got, that's the move you want. Protect your neck. If he's got two hands on the neck, like this, I want to reach for both hands with my fingers so that I can feel which finger of his is looser. Peel one finger out and then grab his wrist and then break the finger back this way. When you reach for the finger, be sure that you don't grab the hand this way, so you have no leverage to bend it back. You want to make sure that your hand comes out this way so that you can break it easier backwards. Once again, so the hands go back, feel the finger, and then crank it back. First thing you want to do is select the finger, either one, any finger, 1, 2, and then crank it back. The idea of using both of your hands is because you don't know which finger you're going to end up with. So at this point, you put your both hands, by the touch, you can feel which finger is coming out. Once you select the finger, your second hand goes under, and then you bring it back to break the hand. Once again, once. So if he's using two hands, squeezing against the wall, you bring both hands up, pick a finger, and then crank it back. That's the idea. So once again, if the person's got two hands on their neck, you reach for both hands, select the finger, confirm the grip to prevent him from escaping, and then crank the finger back to break the finger. If the attacker this time is pushing you against the wall, like this, holding you against the wall, I want to hold his arms, step out of the way, hit him against the wall, and then come with a knee strike. He's pushing against the wall here, hold the elbows, make sure he stays here with me. I want to step clear out of the way, hit him against the wall, and then come with a knee strike. You can choose the side, either side, hold the arm. I'm going to step away from him, hit him against the wall, and then come with a knee strike. Now come this. 1, 2. As you move out of the way, what you want to do here is that you want to shove his head into the wall and then come with a knee strike. Another very common aggression is when the person comes up to you and grab you by the shoulder like this, carry you or something. The hand will go around, bending his arm, hold my own wrist, so that I can then crank it up this way. So the guy grabs by the shoulder, my hand will go around, hold the wrist, and then crank it up. You want to be sure at this point that you don't do this kind of movement, because a strong attacker here could prevent your arm from coming down. The trick is to bring the elbow down, to bend his arm, so that you can then come under and lift the arm up this way. Once again, hold. 1, 2, and crank it up this way. If the attacker grabs your shoulder like this, and as you go around, he lets go of the shirt and straightens his arm, I want to hold my wrist, bring my leg in front of him, and then snap the elbow the other ways. 1, 2, and then turn that way. You want to make sure at this point that you don't stay so much in base that he can push you back and throw you off balance. So by the time the hand goes around and he straightens the arm, be leaning forward so that your weight is already going that way. One more time, please. One, that way, that's the move. With your weight falling that way. Okay. Let's do this with this. This one grabs the arm. One, and then two from here. Once again. One, and then crank it up. Again, remember, the idea is to bring your elbow straight down to bend his arm, and then lift the arm up this way. If he straightens the arm, I'm going to put my weight and then fall forward with it. Yeah. One, two, and then turn my body down. One more time, please. Wrap it up. Two, and then snap that way. Okay. Good. Another sequence that is part of this tape is when the attacker comes up to you from the front and grabs you in a bear hug over the arms like this. Your first movement is going to be to brace your hands on his hip and rest your elbow against your hip bone to prevent him from bringing you any closer. Hold on tighter, please. Here, like that's the idea. He can bring me close, but not closer than this. I can keep him away. From this position, keeping the hand on the hip, I want to step around him. Keep raising here. After the leg is over, this man holds the elbow, my hip comes across, and I then lift him up. One more time, please. So number one is this, keep him away. 2, 3, 4. And then lift him up. It's important that you keep your hand on the hip, because if you let go of this hip to hold the arm now, a strong person can bring you closer, and now it's going to be difficult for this leg to go around. So be sure that you keep this space open by maintaining this hand on the hip until your leg comes across. Now you can hold on to the arm and then lift him up and take him down. That's the move. Then you might ask, well, what if the person comes up and sneaks up on you and holds you close enough that you got length on the hand as far as bringing the hand into the hip? Ideally, as soon as I'm already bracing myself, even before he gets a hold of me, you can see the mask coming towards you, you can block him. You don't have to wait for him to grab and then do the move. So I'm already here, keeping the distance. Step to the side, and then coming across to throw him over. But what if the guy does get a hold of you and holds you this tight? Now my hands won't fit. You go to your tiptoes, put your hands, lower your body away, step to the side, and then come in for the throw. Let's see the same movement from another angle. One, I was bracing here, step to the side, step through, hold the elbow, and then put my head down. One more time, please. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then so once again, if the person gets you too close here and keeps you tight, and your hand won't fit, go to your tiptoes, create the space, walk to the side, and then come in. Alright, another kind of bear hug is if he's from the front and grabs you under the arms, like this, holding you close all the arms. Now I don't have the leverage to keep him away, because the hands are inside, I can't push him away anymore. My hands are free, so I can take a step back, put both hands like this on his chin, and push him away until he lets go, and complete with the knee here if I want. Hold him tight like this. 1, 2, and 3. Once again, hands please. Don't push the person back this way. You want to put the shin up that way. The hand is pushing this way, not this way. This move, my hands go behind the chin and then push my away and then complete with the knee here. Okay, once again, please, the same thing from the other knee. So if the attacker grabs you here, you want to step back with this leg, both hands. The hand should cut like this. and then push him away, and then knee hip. One more time. 1, 2, 3. One more detail that could help execution of this technique is if the person grabs you under the arm like this, and he's real strong, you can't push this up, you go to his nose with the palm of your hand and then drive it back. And then complete with the knee here. Right on this side. So he's going this way, my hands go here, he's real strong, my hand will slip to the nose and then drive him back. And come here with the knee here. Okay? Now, bear hugs. If the person comes from behind and grabs you over the arm, to try to force the arms apart, it's going to take a lot of strength. I might not be able to do it, especially if the attacker behind you is stronger and heavier. So what you want to do here is, first thing is to put yourself in base and bend your arms. The idea of the arms bent is to prevent him from bringing his arms down. Okay, if I am like this, he can slide the hands down. But when I keep my arms bent, it limits, he can't move them anymore, so I know where his arm is going to be. From this position, I will step my leg behind him into this position here, control establish my base, and with the legs lifting him up this way. It's not the arm strength. The trick is to scoop him up with the hip. Once again, hold. 1, 2. The trick of the movement, once again, hold first, is that I want to go from this position, from this base, I want to go around into another base. So 1, 2, into another base. Be sure that you don't step and lose yourself in balance. 1, 2. Hold, please. 1, a little behind, 2. The trick here is that my knees being bent, I lower my hips so I can lift him up with the scooping of the hip. One more time, please. 1, 2. As I lift him up, he goes over and ends up over there. 1, 2. To prevent the attacker from letting go of you and running away, which he could do, when I drop in base and step behind him, both of my hands over here, but my hands are free so I can control his knees. Not to pick him up with the arm strength, but just to prevent the person from running away. So the hands are here, just to keep him hugged close to me, so that I can now lift him up and guide his fall. 1, 2. Be sure that you have yourself in a comfortable base, and when you lift him up, do not lean away because there's too much weight and he could fall over your knee. Lift him up and end up in an erect position. He should fall next to the leg, but never on your leg. So if you do this move, go around, turn him and move out of the way, you could be sacrificing your knee. So base, 2, lift him up and end up in a straight position so that he falls next to the leg again, but never on your leg. One more time, please. 1, 2. Establish your base. Grab the knees, get up straight, and let him fall. So the position is leverage from here. That's the move you want. Just scoop him up with the hip. Next side. 1, 2. Trap the knee, and as I straighten my leg, that's what throws him. It's not the hands off, it's the hip movement. 1, 2. Trap. 1, 2. Lift him up. One, 2. I should emphasize that when a person grabs you over the arms like this, and you put yourself in base, go behind him, at this point, it would be better if instead of completing the throw, but for you to get the sense of just lifting up the opponent. Don't throw each other at this stage until you know exactly what you're doing. So the drill at this point is 1, 2, and practice enough that you can be comfortable doing this move. The throwing part is easy, but if your partner is not accustomed to the idea of falling, you might hurt yourself on the training process. Another aggression from behind is if the attacker now gets you in a bear hug under the arms. He's holding me now so close that I can't go behind him. He's too close to me at this point. My hip doesn't have the mobility to go behind him anymore. So I'm going to put myself in base again, put my hands on the ground, and reach for his foot so that I can bring the foot up, wedge my elbows on my knees, and as I sit down, I can now break the knee this way. Bing! Once again, please. Base, I put my hands on the ground, and as I grab his foot and push him down, I don't want to lose my balance and snap his knee by accident. This is something to be done in a controlled situation. You should be aware of what you're doing at this point. But when practicing with a friend, you don't want to just fall back and hurt his knee. 1, grab the foot. The sitting on the knee that makes him fall down. But I'm in base. I'm holding this and I'm in base. I'm ready to break if I want to. You should never lose your balance and fall back because you can accidentally injure somebody's leg very much. One more time, please. So if the person comes from behind and holds you under the arms so tight that you cannot step behind him because his body is really close to yours, you want to put yourself in base, protect your hands. So if you go right for the leg, you might lose your balance and hit your head on the ground. So the hands are here to make sure that you have a good base. From this position, find his foot. As you pull the foot forward, brace your elbows on your knees, and then sit back to break the knee if you want to at this point. Snap the knee. Let's see the same movement from an angle here. So that's base, hands on the ground, grab his foot, and I sit in the knee to break it if I want now. That way. Once again. 1, 2, 3. And break the leg if you want. One more time, please. Okay. And then break the knee. Be aware of this one more time, please. And I do this. If I just grab his foot and lift it up, he doesn't fall. If I just lift his foot up like this, or that doesn't make him fall. What makes him fall is when I put my weight down and then snap back the knee. So your movement is to do this, grab his foot, and as I sit down on his knee, the weight of my leg on his knee, on my behind his knee, that's what forces him to go down. Once again, move. And then I sit down, and I can now break his knee. There it is. One more variation on this move is if the person comes from behind and picks you up. I don't have now access to his leg. But if I hook my leg here, pull myself down, I can complete the same kind of movement and then bring the knee. So what we're adding to this, if the guy comes from behind and catches me here, I want to hook my leg, pull myself down, establish my base once again, find his leg, and then sit on the knee to break the leg. If he's so strong that he lifts you up, and you can't come down, you can use an elbow strike to the face, a heel kick to the groin, but still the idea is to pull yourself down, find his foot, and then sit and snap the leg. And that's what it was. He picks me up, bing, elbow strike, pull myself down, and then grab the foot, and then snap the knee. Once again, let's review the movement from another perspective. Person lifts me up. I can't get to the leg. I can use an elbow strike, a heel strike, and then pull myself down, find his foot, take him down, and then snap the knee if I have to. Or I can use my hands to help down. Yes. And then break the knee. these sequences, we're going to address the defense against a club attack. The wrestler is close to you like this, and from this distance, which is anything within arm's length distance, is considered a close attack. When the person lifts up the club, your movement is to take a step forward, reach underneath the arm, get a hold of the tip of the club, and then pull it out. As you take a step forward, the hand moves at the same time simultaneously. Once again, hands please. So let's take move 1, 2, and then pull it out. One more time, please. You don't want to go under his arm. You want to go outside of the arm. If you go here, sometimes you might not be able to get a hold of the club. When you come on the outside, you can't prevent that. What happens is by holding the end of the club and this hand on the wrist, there's no way that we can stop our hands from peeling the club out of his grip. 1, 2, 3. The step and hand together. 1, 2, 3. I mean base, because if he wants to hit me and drag the hand back, I mean base, so I can now find that club and take it away. If you forget the step, once again, hands please, he can then pull me forward. I'm going to be losing my balance. Be sure to take a step to establish your base here. Second hand comes in, and then you peel the club out. From the other side, please. 1, 2, 3. Step and hand together. 1, 2, and out. Okay. If the attacker is close to me like this, and he goes for the hip, support. And as I grab the club, he slides the hand away. My hands are already here. I will continue with this motion, step behind his leg, and then bring him down quickly. 2, 3. Now from here, I'm going to bring it down, complete this way. 2, 3. Of course, once I disarm the person in this position, I can punch, I can strike, pull the club out, break his arm. There we go. One more time. My idea is always grab the club, but if he slips away, my hands are going to be automatically in this point. So I embrace the arm, so that he can't use that club anymore. Step behind his leg, and as I bring my head down, I will straighten my right leg. To then complete with an elbow strike or a punch. The other side, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, and unlock or strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. If he's far enough that I cannot reach him with my arm, it becomes a long, an outer reach kind of attack. So in this case, if I did the same movement, he would hit my arm here and seriously injure my arm. So what I want to do here is I want to take a step forward and let the club slide so I can trap his elbow, walk to the side, go for this move, and complete the throw. Any kind of attack with a club, if it's out of the reach of my hand, it's going to be called this move. 1, 2, 3, 4. The hip comes across easy, head down, and down he goes. 1, 2, 3. I want to take a second here for some other ones disappear. I don't want to bring my hand this way so that the club could come on the inside. The trick is to keep your hand against your ear so that this deflects the arm so I can trap it, go in, and then come in so we get through. The idea here is to, as if I want to listen to my shoulder, trap the arm, and then come in with the hip throw. Get from this side like this. So the person said, that's the move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang if you need to. Oh, this one's the one here. So the movement is this way. The hand goes forward. The idea is to deflect, to have my arm in such an angle that even if it goes this way, I'm safe, and if it goes far that way, I'm safe. So the movement is to deflect that hip. Trap the arm, and then bring down to the ground. Another variation for a person with a club is when he grabs the club like this and wants to swing the club at you, doing this kind of motion. What you want to do here is block the arm, hold him by the waist, bring him down, establish the position on top, and come in so I can get the club out of his hand. The trick here is timing, so you don't want to come in now because you're going to get hit. You want to come in as soon as the club goes in front of you. Hold the waist again. Come on. Take it down. Establish your base. You get the club out. From another angle. 1, 2. Establish the position here. Then bring him down. Establish my position. Go for the strike. Come on. One idea is when you're practicing this move is that you might want to use a belt. So that you don't take a chance in getting hurt when you're practicing a move. So that even if you get touched by this, you won't have a major consequence. So the movement is to do this and then close the distance so that you can get used to the idea of closing the distance in good timing. It doesn't matter which side you're going, if the club is going this way or if it's going this way. As long as you make sure that as soon as the weapon goes in front of you, that's the time to close that distance. Establish your position here, and then go for the drive. When practicing these techniques, do it slowly. Don't fight with your partner. Be sure to help each other so both of you can learn the techniques correctly. In tape 2, you'll learn how to defend yourself against collar and hair grabs, kicks,